Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Uh, Gary, I hope you're doing well. We're making this video. We still got you on the board. Uh, Keep on healing, brother. Keep on staying positive and good vibes coming your way. Anyways, the knife we have on here today is it's a special knife. Uh, Mark Kaufman was selling he had a lot of knives that he wanted to sell, and I ended up helping to broker the deal with my friend Ken at work. And so Ken bought it, and this was one of the knives that was in the package, and he wanted me to do something. He absolutely loves this knife. He didn't know anything about it. I didn't know anything about it, so I decided to do a little bit of research. And this knife is really cool. A lot of stuff that I found out about it is very interesting. But what we're looking at here is a KaBar rigging knife. So as you can see, this is well used, well loved, and definitely semi customized. And I say it's customized because, as you see here, what the guy did that owned this is he pounded out the pin that held this bail, and he put this cotter pin in there, and then he attached this little snap hook so that he could clip it onto his belt or a belt loop or whatever he was clipping it to while he was working. So this is actually a real uh, user knife. You know, like I said, as you can tell from all the wear and tear and stuff. And this is a knife that just says KaBar stainless, and it's got a little bit of oil here. I had to lubricate this. It was very stiff. Let's see here. Some oil got down into the etch. But you can see it says KaBar and stainless. And so I did some research on these, and when this knife was made with this stamping like that is between 1930 and 1965. And I think that this one was probably closer to the 1965 part, because one of the things that you can see on here is a very faint etching on here. And this is, it says December of 66 across where the plunge line is here. And then it has the name Raymond Kennedy on here. So Raymond, if you're out there, we know where your knife is. There you go. You can see the December 66 really well there. And I don't know if I can get it to where you can see where, yeah, there's his name, Raymond Kennedy. So yeah, so this was a knife that he cared about it, whether it got lost or not. So if it got misplaced, it had his name on it and probably the month and year he was presented with it. And then he had modified it with this brass snap link, you know, which is really cool. So like most standard rigging knives, you have this 2 3/4 inch sheep's foot blade to take care of all your line cutting tasks and all that stuff. And it's still really stiff. And then you have your Marlin Spike here to help with untying knots or splicing lines or things of that nature. And it's got a 3-inch spike on it. So very cool. Basically, this is the KaBar rigging knife, and it is the model 1121. Was reading some forums on this, and there was a guy on there that said that when he was in the Coast Guard in 1981, this was the knife that was issued to the Coast Guard. I think they're with the Meyer chin knives that Tobias has a lot of videos on those. I think that's the Coast Guard issue now, and so this may have been, you know, back in the day. So what we're looking at, let's see here. It's 4 3/8 inches closed, has a black composition handle, brass liners that are very much aged, as you would have for a knife this age. And then also reading about it, even though it is marked as a KaBar knife, Camillus made these knives when they were still in the U.S. So you had Camillus making these for KaBar and Case up until they, had their bankruptcy there in the early 2000s. So one of the other things I found out is that if you have a mariner's knife like this, if it has a locking spike like this one, it's a rigger's knife. If it's a non-locking spike, then it's called a yachtsman's knife. So even more stuff that I didn't know, because I don't know a lot about these nautical type knives, except that this is a fantastic knife. And I'm glad you have it, Ken. I'm glad you like it, and that you're going to continue to, put it through its paces. It's definitely not done. It's still a youngin, So very cool knife. Very cool history to these knives. So I know a lot of the guys. Tom said in the Navy that they called that a bosun's knife, because the bosuns were the ones that were in charge of all of that stuff. So very, very cool stuff. A lot of history, and very very nautical in nature. So Ken, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know you were anxious to hear the story and everything, so I hope I did a good job for it. Mark, this was an awesome knife. I'm sorry for your medical circumstances that you had to end up letting it go early, but you chose a good one. This is a good knife. I don't know how many hands it went through in its life. We know Raymond was probably the first owner, and then Ken, you're the latest caretaker of this one, but it's still going to be out there doing its job for you. So I hope that you enjoy this knife. All right, guys, that's enough for this one. I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.